Hi, everybody.
Hello.
It's my baby back there. She wanted to say a few words, and after that, I'm going to say a few words. So, what you got to say?
What I have to say is for everyone out there who do not have any parents, I just hope that you have a good life. And also, God bless you.
That was beautiful, Mommy. Can Mommy have a hug? Can Mommy have a hug? There's an importance to family. There's an importance to how they impact you in life. There's an importance in love and in happiness. And sometimes life throws you curveballs. Life throws you a whole lot of different situations that you may not be able to overcome. But life is always going to be hard, devastating, very critical. But in this life, you have to seek a sense of purpose, a sense of understanding. Because believe it or not, the hardest yet so uplifting things in life is things that are unexpected.
Come on, Oreo.
I believe inside of my heart that healing is deep in oneself. Healing is about how you manage to learn to live with the things that you can't change. With that being said, it's going to be a whole lot of different things in life that you want to change. Sometimes you can think about those things from years and years to come. And sometimes we tend to question things that we cannot change. Well, maybe I can change it. Maybe I can change its outcome. There's no guarantee that you can change the outcome. There's no guarantee that there could be a healing of some sort. But then that's when faith has everything to do with that situation. You can apologize 1,000,000 times over, and still it would feel like as though there is no way that it can be fixed. But see, that's a part of living life. Living life is to understand what life is truly about and how it makes sense to you. When you seek purpose, you seek your means to exist. Because, see, a lot of the times people will try to give you their own titles of who they think you are. You have to know who you are as a person for yourself and not for anybody else, because at the end of the day, you are living for yourself. You may say, yeah, well, I'm living for my kids. Of course, that's pretty obvious that if you have children, you're living for your children. But think about how you live for you. How you can make your life better. You have to want change. You have to be the change. But then you can't give up when it gets hard. Because like I said before, nothing is really going to be easy. You just have to understand deep within your heart that there's no need to give up on reality itself. Everything is not meant to be easy. This life that we live in, this world that we live in, is full of a whole lot of different chaos. Because there's a whole lot of people, they become angry. They face hatred. They face poverty. They face devastation. People have came from places to where it's ripped them apart inside because they have to sit there and they have to watch bad things happen without no sense of control over the situation. We take that ride in our car. We riding down the road, and then out of nowhere, boom, an accident happens right in front of us. How do we react? We react on instinct. We react on actions. But then at times, we don't even react at all. Because we feel like, well, maybe it's just not my place to do that. Because sometimes they say that you hinder evidence. Or you make the situation worse. In some cases, it's never easy to just walk away. Well, it's not none of my business. That ain't my sense of control. But then at the same time, it's what's hindering the heart. Because later on, that same thing that hinders the heart is only because you feel as though you're guilty and you're punishing yourself for something that you could have done. That person dies. That's going to even break you even that much more, because you're going to remember what transpired in that moment. And it's going to hurt. The pain becomes eternal. But at the same time, for years and years to come, you're going to think about that moment. I don't care what anybody tells you. You're going to think about that moment because it impacted you in a critical way. Some people cry about it. Some people smoke about it. Some people drink about it. Some people have to really, really, really take the time to sit down and understand what it is that happened. It's not always easy to come to terms with those situations. It's never easy to come to terms because we think about what we could have done different. Maybe you couldn't have done anything different. Maybe it wasn't just you were in the right place at the wrong time situation. It's never okay to keep putting blame on yourself. You're not healing from that. You're never actually healing from staying in that situation. You're only causing yourself more pain, and pain turns into depression. Pain turns into anger. Pain turns into self-pity and self-doubt. It's crazy how a lot of the times we are faced with situations that we cannot walk away from. I say this because I know this for a fact. There's going to be situations that you wish you could walk away from. But then when you put it in your heart and it's true to your heart, you just can't walk away like that. Sometimes it's just best that we keep faith in those things. Because it's not what you see. Because what you see is not always going to be what you get. But if you know that you can offer a sense of healing for those people, why not give it? Why not pray for them? Why not uplift them to be that much more greater? We spend all this time breaking each other down, that we don't even take the time to see that we can lift each other up. We can take our situations that we've been through, we've experienced. We keep it to ourselves because we feel the need to hinder and harvest. Just because it's a situation don't mean that you always have to pick it up. When you pray about it, let it go. It's easier said than done because we are only human. We don't make mistakes. There's no such thing as mistakes. When it's a choice that you possibly made that you can't change, yeah, okay, that could be the case. make no sense in that. Little mistakes in life can cause so much turmoil, so much different situations to happen that can transpire. That little teeny tiny mistake that we chose to walk away from, knowing that we could have done something different, that's what we walk away from. And we wonder in years and years to come, may not hit you today, may not hit you tomorrow, may not hit you this day, that day, next year, that month, so on and so forth, but it's going to come back. And it's how you react to the situation that could impact a whole life, your whole entire life, someone else's life. Just like the same way we drive in our car, we pass people that we don't really give a care about. We don't even stop. We just keep going. And see, life is just like that. When a situation comes your way, life is going to be just like that situation. It may not come out to the same result of that situation. It may be a different situation, but it comes back because, see, life makes sense. It's just in different ways. It's going to make sense. It's just how we observe and evaluate the situation. And sometimes it takes isolation, true isolation, from the situations that are at hand, because we got to think about it. We got to critically think about it. See, at times, you're going to have people that may use you and see you at their own convenience to them. That's going to hurt. It's going to hurt you. Because when you need something, you can't go to them. That's going to hurt. That's going to make you angry. That's going to want to make you hate them. Their means to exist ain't going to make no difference to you. I've seen and I've heard so many different things towards that situation, which means it's that much more touching. You didn't do this for me when I didn't have it. You chose to walk away from me when I didn't have it. You kicked me down instead of lifting me up. What good are you to me? We sit there, we evaluate, we think about it. Some things we think about, they premeditated. Because we sit down with time. We literally sit down with time. And we watch. We reflect on what just happened. Because I promise you, make no difference to me. You're going to think about it. Because you're going to want to think about it. You can be dead and gone from this world. And that same situation will still be here. It's just going to be another person that's going to experience the same exact thing, but the impact could be different. What's tender to the heart, we all like to say that we have our priorities in order. But sometimes we get sidetracked. Hell, that's with everybody. You're going to get sidetracked in life. Because there's going to be some curveballs that's going to be thrown against you. It's just you got to react a lot more different than you do. Physically and mentally, we all want to do something different. We all want to be somebody different. We move to certain places thinking that the world will be different. We run away from situations all the time because we feel that we can make a different outcome, not even knowing that what we fail to try to fix, that we can fix, we don't fix. Well, maybe he hit me, she hit me, ran me over by a car, stabbed me, shot me. I gotta react on that. You react differently by doing what's right and not what's wrong. Because we're going to do a whole lot of things out of anger. We're going to do things because we're broken. Hate is a very strong word, everyone. Hate is a very, very strong word. Some situations, I'm not gonna lie, certain situations gonna make you want to hate somebody. But don't hate God. We feel pain that's eternal. Eternal. Which means in oneself. We don't get over it. We say we get over it. We say we get over this pain. But all we do is we harvest that pain inside. And it starts to become a repetitive process. We go back, we pick it up. We look at it. Seeing if it's different on the inside out. But what's in beneath that surface is what we don't pay attention to. Yeah, we brush it off. Yeah, you're going to brush it off. Well, maybe I'm not going to handle that situation today. It'll be all right till tomorrow. The more that you hesitate to fix an already broken situation, I'm telling you, if there's a relationship that you've managed to harvest hate for, why not try to fix it? We get older. We're not getting younger. We're getting older. Those situations are becoming that much more critical to fix. More than any and everything in this world, as much as you want to turn away, don't turn away. Do whatever you feel that you can do to make the situation that much more better. Don't do it because I said do it. Do it because you feel the need to do it because it's the right thing to do. All these broken homes. You got broken homes because, oh, well, you know, he smacked the hell out of my child, or he beat the hell out of my child, or he put me on the street, or, yeah, ask God to fix those situations. Call the authorities. Let the authorities handle that. If they don't handle that, leave it to God and let God handle that. Don't take it certain situations in your hand that you know could escalate into something way much greater than you can handle. Because it only makes that situation that much more worse on you. We don't think about the people that we hurt. We think about, oh, well, it's convenient to me. I'm going to do it. A lot of the times we like to let things escalate above our head. We let it escalate more than it should escalate. Then it becomes a tragic situation. I'm going to get him. He got me first, so I'm going to go back. Eye for an eye and tooth for a tooth should never be used in that comparison. Because, believe it or not, they going to get exactly what they did to you. Way much worse than what you can give to them. See, people can't take when they do something to somebody. They don't take that. They don't take that too kindly. Hell, some people just don't care. But at the same time, let me tell you something. They're going to care when it's convenient to them, or when it happens to them and it comes back to them. Let it go. Yeah, as hard as that may sound, some situations you have to let go of. It does not make you any less of a person to walk away from an escalating situation. That just makes you that much more better of a person, because you are growing. You're growing to be better. You want to be better. You need to be better. There's a need to be better amongst all things. But then if we choose to react the way that we've reacted, some situations are going to be that much more fatal. Because we chose to do the wrong things. We always choose to do the wrong things, just like we think that people are for us, when we know that they are not for us. Think about that. Who have you had inside of your life that ain't for you, but you would rather keep around because it's convenient to you? How are they convenient to you when they are hurting you? How is that possible? You know how it's possible? Because we take them and we put them in our heart. We care about them. We uplift them. We do whatever we can to help them. But then at the end of the day, when they walk away from us, that's when we get angry. That's why we want to be physical. We take that same situation, that same exact situation with us when we meet someone else. We blame them. See, no, you're blaming the wrong people. You're blaming the wrong people for a situation that they had no control over. And then when they walk away from you, then it's, oh, I'm sorry, and I don't know what it was that I did that could have caused you to walk away from me. You call them, leave voice messages, leave text messages. You do all of those things, and for what? Because you can't deal with the fact that you were wrong. See, sometimes we got pride. We don't like to say we wrong. We never admit that we wrong sometimes. Because pride just eating us up. Because we got to feel that dominance. We got to feel that superiority. We got to be on top all the time. Sometimes it's not okay to be on top, because sometimes you have to know that instead of being a teacher and being an alpha and being above situations, we need to take the time to sit there and crawl and stop walking. We always want to walk. Sometimes beyond everything that you know, you gotta walk. I make no sense in that. When we get to an adult years, we feel like we need to walk. And when I say we need to walk, we got to do what we think is convenient to that situation when it comes in front of us. Sometimes there is no walking away. Sometimes the situation that is with us is based on how we react. We react based on how we feel. We react out of emotions. We react when we think that it makes sense. We never react when we don't think. We hesitate when we think. We persistently react without thinking. Because we still are human. We're still learning what it means to not react. We're still learning when to react. We're still learning how to react, why to react. But we never take the time to think about when is the need to walk away. We crack up a smile to keep from crying. Bootsy couldn't have said that much more better. We cry in the shower, just like Plies. We sit there and we cry in the shower. Those people, even you, be going through very, very, very critical situations above what we know. See, we fear what we don't understand. We always fear the things that we don't understand. But critically, there is no need to fear what you don't understand. That just means it's time to observe. It's time to think. It's time to evaluate that situation that's right there in front of you. Take all of those things into consideration. Take that one situation and do those things to that situation. There is promise in that. One reason why we don't prosper inside of this world, one reason why we don't prosper is because we like to harvest We harvest so many things, and we take it like a ball and we ball it up and we stick it there. It causes pain. It causes depression. It causes naive behavior. It causes over drinking. It causes over smoking. It causes overdosing. It causes all of these things that are key components of why people hurt every day. There's no need to look at somebody that's going through the same situation and laugh at them. There's no need to turn your face up at them because you don't know what they're going through. And when they're going through it, it's not our hey, well, hey, we don't care. We never care. Instead of just praying for them, we laugh at them. We chastise them. We kick them deeper into that hole that they're already in because we want to laugh at it because we think it's funny. People deal with pain differently than you. Some people don't even deal with it at all. Some people say, well, hey, I'm going to just hang myself. I'm going to just shoot myself. I'm just stab myself or whatever it's going to take to let that pain subside so that I can find that sense of peace inside of me. Pray for those people. We don't pray for those people because we're too busy chastising those people. There is no need to look down on someone. Because just maybe somewhere inside their heart, they feel a little bit of remorse for you. They feel a little bit of remorse for you. Well, I'm sorry that you're going through what it is that you are going through. There is no understanding until somebody opens up and they expose that meat, that rawness, that pain, that agony, that feeling of not being needed, that feeling of not being wanted, that feeling of wanting to be loved, that feeling of sadness, that all those are feelings and emotion. You know how many people just want to sit and just look and just stare? That's why we be nosy sometimes. Because we want to know what we don't know already. This world was before us. We were just born into this generation. The generations below us are learning from us as adults. What we are teaching them, hell, they can go out on the street, they can learn the same thing, but they're not going to learn it the way you want them to learn it. Just like with our kids. We teach them what we were taught. Then we become instilled in our ways because we think that we know something way much more. We don't take the time to sit down with them and have conversations. See, you can teach a child more than you can teach an adult. And I do mean that. Because they teach us what we think we already know. And then when we find out, we mad. We get upset with them. Don't say that. Don't say this. But then instead of evaluating the situation for what it really is, where did you learn that from? We go at it with anger. And we let it escalate to where we do something that we endlessly regret. They say you cannot fix a broken individual. Some cases, that's true, because some people just get to that feeling of being overwhelmed way much more than they can take. Some people commit suicide. Some people become suicidal. Some people decide to do homicide. Some people want to get back at the people that did something to them because they feel the need to get even. Revenge and vengeance is a very, very heavy thing to deal with. I don't care who tells you any different. It's true. But see, we're going to take that much more time to fear what we don't understand about those people. We sit there, we laugh, we judge. But then at the same time, when a situation comes between you and I, or me, or in oneself, and we got to face it in the mirror, we can't even look at ourselves because we feel that bad. It ain't need to feel bad for that. You sit there, you chastise somebody else about that same situation when you can't even deal with it yourself. And that's sad. Don't live to look down on others. Never look down on others. Because you can't honestly know what they thinking and what they feeling at that moment in time. The minute that you take to laugh at them, bad talk them, and everything else you could think of, it's the same way that they premeditating something serious in their mind. They premeditating death. Because they know at least that's promised. Some people just don't have nothing to live for. And a lot of people do not understand that these people have nothing to lose. They don't care about you, and they don't care about any other person that they hurt. But still, at the same time, we sitting there and we looking at them funny. We talking about them, not even knowing what it is that we're talking about. We take it from a secondary source because the primary source cannot tell you what they want to allow you to see. They don't want to tell you exactly what the situation is. They'll be like, well, they'll brush it off because they don't want nobody knowing what it is that they're going through inside, because at the same time, they're still trying to deal with it themselves. The situation is fatal when you feel the need to put your 2 cents in there. And it ain't the right 2 cents, it's the wrong one. It's always managing to be the wrong 2 cents. Deep down inside, you are not helping them. You're hurting them. And you're hurting yourself. Because deep down inside, you're going to think about this. You're going to think about this time. And it's going to be that much more harder to deal with. And you can't blame nobody but yourself. So what? Some hurt can't be dealt with. Some hurt never going to be able to deal with. Some people deal with the fact that their parents managed to leave their side or they wasn't there for them. Because there's a lot of kids that's growing up fatherless. They blaming the whole entire world. These people are the inmates. These people are the prisoners inside of themselves. These people have nothing to live forward to because no one has ever been there to give them that love. Those are the people that we manage to chastise every day.
Mama.
Those people that feel unloved, we tend to chastise them every day. Those people that feel pain, we seem to chastise them anyway. Because that's the only thing we know how to do. But in all honesty, take the time to look at it. What have you done wrong in your life? And see if you can fix that certain situation. I believe that you can take your situation, you can cleanse yourself by taking that same situation that you've been through and helping someone else with it, but in a healthy way. Sometimes it's not easy to open up and seek therapy. See, we don't seek help when we need help. And that's the problem with humanity today. Just when we think that a situation is taken lightly, can be taken lightly, if I can say that, can be taken lightly, we take it lightly because we don't care at the time. And sometimes It's natural not to care at that moment, but then sometimes you have to think, should you have cared at all? Do not deal with abuse. Verbally, physically, mentally, emotionally, do not deal with those types of abuse. Those are fatal. They can kill you slowly inside. A lot of people do not know that they can die from a broken heart. Your heart is broken? Talk to somebody about that. Get help. Seek help. Prayer sometimes is not strong enough for people because they have little or no belief in God at all. Their belief in what's real becomes a fight and a battle deep within themselves. All you can hope and do and pray, all you can do is pray that they get better. Sometimes these people don't get better. Some people over-medicate and overdose because they don't know how to deal with those kinds of situations like you do. You can never ever expect someone to know what it is that they're going through because they don't know how to fix it. You want to teach them how to fix it? You want to tell them how to fix it when you can't even fix it? Stop trying to tell somebody how to fix a situation that you don't even know nothing about. And then you sitting there bad-mouthing them when they find a solution. What was your solution? Did you think of that? Did you think of that situation that was right there in front of you? Did you react? Critically think about that. Did you react? We smile, we laugh, we cry, we isolate ourselves. Sometimes it takes total isolation from the whole entire world to know what it is that you're dealing with. You can deal with a whole lot of different things and not know where you're going. You're going to know, you're going to know that place when you get there. But you got to give it time and you got to give it patience that much more. And react and hesitate that much more to figure out what it is and why it is that it's seeking you. We live to die. No, you shouldn't live to die. You should live to live a long time. For as long that God see fit for you to be here. Concentrate on you. Well, we all say that we love. But honestly, think about that. Do you know what love is? Did somebody give love to you that you needed? Or did they give you something that you just wanted? Materialistic things, they can't go with you when you go home and get your books played out for you. They cannot follow you where you go. We spend time getting more materialistic things. We spend more time in places that we don't even need to be. All because we think it's fun. It's okay to live life. It's okay to enjoy life. That never ever should be a regret. No matter how you look at it, that should never be a regret because you are supposed to live life. But you live life comfortably and peacefully. It's not going to always be that way. It's never always going to be that way. I'd be a liar if I said that was the truth. You must maintain stability. You have to take accountability for actions. They say actions speak louder than words. Do you honestly think that? There is certain actions that are supposed to speak louder. Hell, they supposed to beat like a drum. But it's how you react when you react. It's how you choose to love when you seek love. Are you looking for the right type of love? Are you just wanting it? See, want and need are two different things. Want is just something that you lust, something that you desire, something that you think that you need. A need is a critical word. Need, not want. Need. Think about the things that you deal with now. Do you need those things? We need a car. We need a house. We need lights. We need water. We need food. Those things are needs. And we need love. We're not always giving love the right way. We feel the need to be suppressed by what we feel is love. We allow ourselves to keep allowing things to happen right in front of us when we know that they are red flags. Get out of those situations. There's no need to allow yourself to stay in those kinds of situations. You are only making it your life that much harder to deal with. Get out of those situations that you know is going to hurt you in the long run and could possibly kill you or someone else that you care about. There is no bullet that doesn't have a name. They don't have names. They never have names. Their whole purpose is to penetrate a body or whatever it is in their path. There is always going to be somebody in this world that seeks vengeance, seeks answers to certain questions. They don't ever make it convenient to them until it has to be that much more close to home and close to the heart. Deal with your situations better than you can deal with them. There's a need to want to be free. There's a need to want peace. There's a need for solidarity. There's a need for answers. But have we honestly thought of those answers that we seek? Everybody manages to ask questions and want answers that they think that they're ready for. If you're not ready for answers, do not seek answers. Ask yourself questions. Because 9 times out of 10, the answers that you seek is deep within you. It beats like a harmony to your soul. Know the answers that you seek. Be ready for the answers that you seek. A lot of us want answers to certain situations. Why me? Why death? Why pain? Why hurt? Why frustration? Why irritation? You got all these questions. You want all these answers. Some things don't require
Mommy.
the answers that you want.
Mommy.
What do you want? Nope. Go. Look at your situations.
Can I get water?
Are you comfortable? Tell your sister to put yourself. Are you comfortable with who you are as a person? Are you honestly comfortable with who you are as a person? That's a question that seeks an answer. People look at you different because of who you are. Make no difference to that. They ain't gonna be happy with who you are. That makes you question who you are as a person. Never question who you were born to be. That is never something that can be debated. It can only be changed. But you should only change yourself to make yourself better because that's what you need to do. Don't make it a want. Don't make that change because somebody is chastising you. That's okay to be who you are. That is okay to be who you are, because that's a choice to be who you are at the end of the day. Because everybody needs and wants to be somebody special to somebody who is looking. We are lonely. We are beyond depression itself. Because we seek that people understand us. But then we have to understand ourselves for who we are as a living, breathing human being, knowing that we're going to make bad choices. We're going to have to take risks. We're going to have losses. You're going to lose a lot in this world before you gain something. You're going to have to lose your soul at times. You're going to have to lose who you are as a person. You're going to lose yourself somewhere down the line. There is not one person that has not lost themselves. And they may not tell you. A lot of people are not going to tell you when they lose themselves. Because a lot of people really don't care. Some people are like, well, yeah, I just want to be lost. I don't want nobody to find me. Those people seek love. Those people have goals in their lives. Those goals can become reality. See, we dream big. We take precautionary for certain things, like we don't pay attention to our health. Some of us do, some of us don't. Because you just don't care. That's the problem with this world. You stop caring. You stop understanding what it is that you need to care about. And you start caring about things that you shouldn't even care about at all. We put more care in the things that we want more than with the things that we need. Well, I don't care about this. And I don't care who that hurts. And I don't care who I'm bothering. As long as you are yourself at the end of the day, you should be happy in that. Because that's a choice that you made physically and mentally. But think about it. Those choices that you make are going to impact your life in the most criticalest ways that you may not have time up to catch up to. There is so much calamity in this world. There are still people that's breathing with no purpose. There is always going to be somebody that's willing to set aside themselves to help you. It doesn't matter where it is that you go, because people are going to impact you no matter where you go. You're going to think about it. You ain't going to tell everybody about it. Some of us tell everybody about it, you know. That's another thing. Putting the wrong people in your business. You always put somebody in your business because you trust them. And you instill trust in them until they backfire in your face and stab you in your back. See, that's when it comes tender and close to the heart, because it becomes close to home, because it has to happen to you to wake up. Why it gotta happen to you for you to realize when you are messing up? Why are you giving it a chance to happen to you? Can't you see that there's a problem in there somewhere? That situation right there is a problem sticking you in your back. But you're willing to walk away as if nothing happened. Something happened. You just didn't pay attention to what just happened because you got to sit there and think about it. Well, dang, I just lost my car. Why did you lose your car? Well, dang, I just lost my house. Why did you lose your house? Well, dang, I just lost my kids. I just lost somebody special. Some things are beyond your control. Understand that they are beyond your control sometimes. Sometimes you just gotta let things happen. Sometimes you can't control things happening. I can't tell you enough of how that is so critical. Somebody has done something to you to where you cannot forgive them for what they have done to you, then you need help. You need help. Maybe you're not going to be able to go back to that person and tell them, well, hey, you did this to me, you did that to me. Why'd you do that to me? You just start to ask questions. Life is full of questions. Unanswered questions that you're probably going to take to your grave. So you might as well be prepared for that. Some things that we seek, we try to find. We try to find who we are. We try to find our place in this world. We try to find that purpose. It's gonna have to be said that it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be all right. It's reassurance somewhere. You just gotta find it. Prayer is so critical. It's a phenomenal thing. It's just we gotta be a lot more patient than what we are to let the man above it do his job. We sit there, we go to church, we ask for healing. We just want to be there to feel that comfortability. We want that reassurance. We get a message. Okay, no, it's not. Put it on the charger. No, it's not. There is certain things. There are certain things that we manage to isolate ourselves from. We sit in the back of the church because we don't want nobody to see how screwed up we are, how trashed up we are, how we dressed, how bad we look. See, church is never supposed to be about the way somebody looks. That's chastisement. That's going to be any church you go to. Somebody's going to look at you different. And then there's going to be places, churches, if I could say that are not going to look at you like that. It's not the church itself. Church is just a building. It's the people that feel it. Some people, they going to want to put hands on you and pray for you. Because some people actually want you to heal. Some people going to want to know that, hey, the Spirit touched you to come up here. Thank you. Because I know you needed that. Sometimes we go to church because we look for that uplifting. We want that uplifting message. That powerful message that's going to keep us going. And going and going and going and going. Sometimes we don't get it. Sometimes we don't get what we looking for. You ain't never always gonna get what you looking for. You might as well get used to that. But at the same time, we go to church because we want to be closer to God. Or we think about how He is willing to accept us. All we want to be is free. We want to be free. We want to learn to be free. We want to live in peace and comfort when we know that's not always going to be the outcome. All you can do is try to live. All you can do is breathe, live, die, operate as a human. don't just do it because somebody else tells you to do it. Because maybe that's not the approach that you're looking for. But I'm going to tell you, 9 times out of 10, it's going to be the approach that you need, because we all need someone to push us to be greater. You're going to always need somebody to push you to be greater, because you can't get that push deep within yourself to keep going, because we procrastinate. We always going to be looking for that touch. And I don't mean just like a physical touch. Something that touches you inside, that tells you to keep going. Keep going. Push you to keep going. Uplift you to keep going. And see, that's what you need. That's a need, not a want. That's a need. Because at the end of the day, that's what's going to make you free. That's what's going to give you peace. Yeah, we may not live in a world where peace and abundance is promised, but there can be comfort. There can be comfort. It may not be the comfort that we may want, but it can be the comfort that we need. We tend to push people away when we don't know how to deal with hurt. We set them to the side. Stop doing that. You're going to create a whole lot of pain. I hope you find your peace. If no one else can give it to you, I hope you find it. One love.